Have you ever witnessed a moment when you just knew, deep inside, that history was being written before your eyes? October 13th, 2025 was one of those nights. From the quiet shores of South Texas to the glowing screens across the world, millions of people watched as a giant of steel and fire rose into the sky. SpaceX's Starship. But this wasn't just another rocket launch. This was the night SpaceX proved that the impossible could actually work. A rocket taller than the Statue of Liberty, heavier than a fully loaded 747, took off, reached orbit, and came back home. Both stages. This wasn't just about rockets. It was about the human dream to go beyond Earth, to build a future among the stars. And tonight, I want to take you inside that story. The emotion, the science, the courage behind the flight that may have changed our destiny forever. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's story isn't just about technology. It's about ambition, persistence, and one company's unstoppable mission to make the universe our new home. This is the incredible journey of SpaceX's 11th Starship test, a test that didn't just mark a milestone, but opened the door to a new era in space exploration. So sit back, relax, and let me tell you what really happened that night, because what you're about to hear will make you believe in human potential again. It was 6:23 p.m. in Boca Chica, Texas, better known as Starbase. The air was thick with tension. Engineers watched their screens, cameras zoomed in on the colossal rocket standing tall on the pad. The Super Heavy booster and the Starship upper stage were stacked together, two massive pieces of engineering perfection, gleaming silver under the fading sun. For a brief moment, there was silence. Then, the countdown began. 10, 9, 8. Hearts started racing. At 0, the world trembled. 33 Raptor engines roared to life, spewing flames and thunder across the Texas coast. The sound was deafening. The ground shook like an earthquake, and the air vibrated with pure power. That silver tower of steel and fuel began to rise, slowly, majestically, leaving behind a trail of smoke and light. And as it cleared the launch tower, one voice echoed through mission control. Starship is on its way. The Super Heavy booster pushed with unimaginable force, propelling the Starship skyward. Within 2 minutes, it had blasted through the thickest layers of the atmosphere, leaving a bright halo of exhaust that could be seen from miles away. Then came the critical moment. Stage separation. The world held its breath. In an instant, the two parts of the rocket split cleanly. The Super Heavy turned around to descend while the Starship upper stage continued climbing toward orbit. This was precision engineering at its finest. For the next few minutes, the Super Heavy fired its engines in a controlled burn, guiding itself toward a landing zone over the Gulf of Mexico. And just 10 minutes after liftoff, it touched down in the ocean perfectly. For a booster this massive, that was nothing short of extraordinary. Meanwhile, Starship itself continued its journey into orbit. It circled Earth for nearly an hour, testing systems, collecting data, and even deploying prototype Starlink satellites. These weren't regular satellites. They were experimental units designed to prepare for the next generation of high-speed internet connectivity that SpaceX hopes to bring to every corner of the planet. But that wasn't the only experiment on board. Engineers were testing new hexagonal heat shield tiles, small interlocking pieces built to survive the fiery inferno of re-entry. Each tile represented years of trial, error, and redesign. And now, all of that work was about to be tested for real. After nearly an hour in orbit, Mission Control sent the command, "Begin re-entry burn." Starship oriented itself for the descent, nose angled toward the planet. As it sliced through the upper layers of Earth's atmosphere, plasma began to glow around the ship, bright orange like molten fire spreading across the sky. Inside, Temperatures soared past 1400 degrees Celsius, but those new tiles held strong. The ship endured, slowing as it fell through the thickening air. And then, just as it had been designed to, Starship splashed down safely in the Indian Ocean. It had launched, reached orbit, and returned, a fully reusable rocket that actually worked. Inside SpaceX's mission control, people cheered, clapped, and cried. Decades of work, countless failures, sleepless nights, all of it had led to this one perfect moment. This wasn't just a test. It was a message to the world. We're ready for the next step. The 11th flight was the final mission for this version of Starship, the last before a new generation of upgraded ships takes over. NASA's acting administrator Sam Duffy said it perfectly. This mission marks a huge leap toward landing humans on the moon's south pole. And he's right. Starship isn't just a SpaceX dream anymore. It's an essential part of NASA's Artemis program, the mission that will take humans back to the moon after more than 50 years. But beyond the moon lies an even greater ambition: Mars. To make that possible, SpaceX needs to master technologies that have never existed before: orbital refueling, life support for long-duration missions, and docking systems that let two starships connect and transfer fuel in space. The next version of Starship will feature these upgrades. Imagine one Starship waiting in orbit and another launching from Earth just to refuel it, like a gas station in space. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's happening. Every test flight, every booster landing, every re-entry is bringing us closer to the day when human footprints mark the red sands of Mars. But let's pause for a moment and think about what that really means. For thousands of years, humans have looked up at the night sky and dreamed of exploring it. From Galileo's telescope to Neil Armstrong's first step, every generation has pushed a little further. But for the first time in human history, we're not just dreaming, we're building the machines that will take us there. When Elon Musk first said he wanted to colonize Mars, people laughed. They called it crazy, a billionaire's fantasy. But here we are watching a rocket larger than any in history, fully reusable, flying again and again. Every explosion, every failure, every rebuild, it all led to this. Because SpaceX has never been afraid of failure. They've learned from it, adapted, improved, and moved forward. That's the difference. This 11th flight wasn't just a success. It was a statement, a message that said, we're not done yet. Think about the children who watched this launch.
Somewhere out there, a kid saw Starship rise into the sky and thought, I want to be part of that. Maybe that child will grow up to walk on Mars one day. That's the power of moments like these. They don't just make history, they inspire the next chapter of it. Behind every rocket, every piece of technology, there are people. Thousands of them. Engineers, welders, coders, technicians, working long hours under harsh conditions at Starbase. They've poured their lives into this mission. One engineer once said, "Every bolt I tighten, I remind myself, this might be the one that helps someone walk on Mars." That kind of dedication can't be bought. It's built through passion, sacrifice, and a belief in something bigger than yourself. And when the world saw that massive silver ship touch the edge of space and return safely, it wasn't just a win for SpaceX. It was a win for humanity. Now that the 11th flight is complete, SpaceX is already preparing for what comes next, testing new designs with orbital refueling systems, improved engines, and extended life support modules for deep space missions. Soon, Starship won't just carry satellites, it'll carry people. The next version of Starship will have living quarters, advanced navigation systems, and even artificial gravity modules to make long journeys survivable. Imagine boarding a spacecraft in the 2030s, not as an astronaut, but as a traveler, bound for the moon or maybe even Mars. That's the dream this flight has brought closer.
We're standing at the dawn of a new space age. The 20th century gave us the first step on the moon. The 21st might give us our first colony beyond Earth. Someday, when humans live on another world and look up at the stars, they might say, it all began on that night, October 13th, 2025. Because that was the night a rocket called Starship took us one step closer to forever. And here's the most powerful part. This story isn't about billionaires or companies. It's about people. People who believe that we can be more than what we are. People who refuse to stop dreaming. Because every breakthrough in human history, every invention, every discovery, began with a dream that seemed impossible. SpaceX's journey proves that failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the path to it. So what does all this mean for us, the people watching from home? It means that the stars are no longer unreachable. It means that the next chapter of human history is being written right now by engineers, scientists, and dreamers who refuse to give up. It means that the limits of what's possible are changing every single day. If this story inspired you even a little, don't let that spark fade. Because the future of humanity won't be built by machines. It'll be built by dreamers, by people like you who dare to believe that we can touch the stars. So keep watching, keep learning, and keep believing. Because this isn't just SpaceX's journey, it's humanity's journey. The rockets may carry fuel, engines, and metal, but what truly powers them is hope. I'm Flux Hub, and this was the story of SpaceX's 11th Starship flight, the night humanity took one more step toward forever. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see you among the stars.